Ladies and gentlemen, how are we going? Make some noise!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage your MC for this evening, Sean Conway!
Where are all the single ladies at? Make some noise. Where are all the couples? Oh, a lovely couple down the front here. How'd you guys meet? Dancing? At a club or like just on the street like the... Oh, look at you. I don't do exercise, so I'm going to move on. Now, I'm back on the dating market. It's good seeing a happy couple, man, because I'm back on the dating market after 6 years. 6 years! Yeah, sound effects. We need sound effects. We're recording this. Back on the dating market after 6 years. Whoa, yeah. I wasn't in a relationship. I just took myself off the market hoping that shit would blow up like Bitcoin, and it did not. No, that shit crashed harder than Paul Walker, man. It was brutal. Oh, grow up. No, I am back on the dating market because I broke up with my missus. Alright, now it's starting to sting a little bit. Nah, she was a dog groomer, and I thought that meant she cleaned dogs. It turns out she just sent inappropriate messages to puppies. Fuck off. Alright, that's all the fucking TikTok shit. It's just groans and like, No, anyone here on the dating apps? You're couples, right? Did you guys meet on the apps? No? They're fucking anyone that is relatable. Like, this whole front row is hot as fuck. I can't relate to anyone. Nah, because I'm back on Tinder. I'm back on Tinder. And because I'm not the best looking dude, I had to max out my search radius. And I matched with a chick in a place called Tammin. Yeah, which if you don't know, Tammin is one of those side of the road towns on your way to a less shitty town. And I got there and she was 45 minutes late to the date. 45 minutes late. And I'm thinking the same thing you guys are thinking. She better get here in the next 45 to 60 minutes, otherwise I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got a little thing called dignity, you know what I mean? And finally she rocked up to the date 45 minutes late, up to the gills on meth. Like, she is absolutely cooked. Like, you know when people are that cooked, they start getting that nang-nang face? Like, nang-nang-nang-nang-nang. Like, this chick was cooked, man. Like, the first thing she said to me was, have you ever had to put an axe through a dying cow's head? Yeah. Have you ever had to put an axe through a dying cow's head? And I'm thinking the same thing you guys are thinking. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that sounds sexy as hell. Because she was cooked, man. She was proper cooked. And I'm not talking that nice, clean city meth that Ben Cousins used to do. I'm talking that filthy, disgusting country meth that Ben Cousins does now. That was a rough date, man. Like I don't know if you guys have been to Tammin. It's a rough town, man. Like, I ordered spaghetti bolognese. They gave me 2-minute noodles and beef jerky. It's a rough town. And like the whole time she's like giving me compliments, but they're like really backhanded compliments. You know, she's just like, ooh, for a dude, you got the nicest set of tits I've ever seen. And I'm like, I don't really know how to take that, lady. And you know, like we're talking and you know, she's making inappropriate comments. You know, and I can tell she's keen on me because she starts giving me that sexy eye, you know. The other eye's still going, like she was fucking cooked, man. And then finally she just came out and said, it was like, hey, do you want to come back to my place and hook up? And I'm like, oh, no. I don't want to be a jerk about it or nothing, so I just thought of the first lie I could think of. It was like, nah, man, I gotta go home and put an axe through a dying cow's head. No, that's a horrible story. It's a horrible story because we've been going steady for about 6 months now. It's rough. Women are dangerous, man. I struggle. I struggle with women because I'm not a tough dude. That's why I think I have trouble with women, because I'm not a tough dude. And I found out that I'm not a tough dude in my first MMA fight. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know much about MMA, but the MMA cage, literally the worst place on earth to find out that you don't have the killer instinct. No, because I'm an old theatre kid. Like, my favourite part was like picking the colour of my shorts, picking my intro song. Cardi B's wet ass pussy probably wasn't the best choice in hindsight. You know, I even got shirts made up with my fight nickname on it. Yeah, Mr. Warm Milk. Because I put suckers to sleep, you dig? For real, like my favourite part was like walking to the ring waving at everyone like I'm Jackie Onassis. Worst part was actually getting in the cage and taking headshots like I'm JFK in Texas. Some of you groaned at that, relax. Like I told that joke in Texas, they didn't even get the reference. It's all right. And what I didn't realise was this was my first professional fight. And I didn't realise that till like the dude from Weight Watchers came to weigh us. And I stepped on the scales and I weighed in at 120 kilos of like beers and hamburgers. My opponent, he stepped on the scales at 120 kilos of like muscle and the spirit of his victims. And the crazy thing was I still thought I was a chance of winning. You know, because I knew I had something that dude didn't have, which was an extensive knowledge of 1980s and 1990s action movies. Like, you know, when the good guy gets punched in the face, he touches his lip, looks at the blood, and then does that scream that starts low and ends high that lets everyone know that he's fucking crazy. You know the one. Well, this dude punched me in the face, and guess what he did? He continued to punch me in the face. It was brutal. He just came out of the corner just like pow, 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 like he was Amber Heard or some shit. It was brutal. And I'm like, fuck, I got to do something quick. So I loaded up the biggest right hand of my life, man. I threw it from back here. I threw it, and it landed right on his chin. And I knew I was in trouble because it hurt my finger. And I audibly said, ow. And Comedy Lounge, I'm not afraid to admit it, man. That was the scariest moment of my life, man. Because I'm just staring at this dude as he slowly touched his lip. This guy is a very good friend of mine, all the way from South Africa, so please show him all the love in the world. And welcome to the stage. Make some noise for the one and only Dalin Oliver!
Australia, pew, 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 pew. Come on, you guys have to do it. It's like you're a DJ. Pew, 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 pew. Here we go. You laughed. First joke. Yes, nailed it. I'm actually the guy that he peed on. It's good too. I peed back. I'm like, what? Give me some African pee. There we go. That's a lot to deal with. I know. Don't worry. Oh man, it's so good to be here. I've been enjoying Australia. I've been here for about 2 weeks now, Perth. You've been amazing. I was worried that I was going to feel homesick. I landed in Melbourne on the 30th of August, and then the next day on the news there was an attempted hijacking and a protest. On the same day, I'm like, I am back in South Africa. This is... Thank you. Clap for yourselves for making me feel at home. Thank you. Yeah, I even saw a pothole. I'm like, oh my word, what's happening? Australia, one pothole? How dare you do this? Now, it's been good being here so far. I just want to find out how similar we are, because we far. Like, I don't know if you know, South Africa is here, but we fly here to Doha, and then we fly here to Melbourne, and then we fly here to Perth. So there's a lot happening, right? Like, did you guys play hide and seek while growing up? Did you go play? Yeah? Or did you call it search and rescue? I don't know. I'm just on. What, did you guys play the game where you knocked on the doors and ran away? Yes. What did you call it? You, knock and run? Okay, wait. Knock and run? Okay. Knock. Ooh, talk. That's a South African over there. Okay. Are those South Africans over there? Yeah. Beautiful. You don't shout too loud. They think we're protesting. Relax, guys. We don't want the Australians to panic, please. Okay. So knock and run. We call it talk at home. Talkie, because it just means knock. Right? Knock down ginger is what the UK called it. Yeah, then they knock down Harry, who is the ginger, so that's tough. He can't play that with his little boy anymore. Who else? Do we have any internationals here? Anyone outside of Australia? Yeah, what did you call it? Chateau Run. Where are you from? Scotland. Okay, so you shut the door because it was open. So the doors in Scotland are just open? Oh, trap door. Chap. Chap, door, run. Because you shout. When you get, you shout, chap! Then you knock, then you shout, run! And then you go. Okay. No, the reason I'm asking is because everyone has played this game globally and we all have different names for it. And I realized why we play this game, because there's no purpose to it. You knock on the door, you hide, the neighbor answers the door, you all look at yourselves and go, Then you point at the neighbor, you go back to the road, and you go figure out where you're going to knock next. Do you know why we play this game globally? Because a lot of our friends use knock to run, knock down ginger, or tok toki as a game to look for their fathers. Now, don't look at me. We need to support those friends. It's important. Think about it. There was always one friend saying, "Can we go knock there, please?" 20 years later, you figure out poor Johnny was just looking for his father, right? Always playing Lionel Richie on his phone. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? You're not laughing, sir? Some dad trauma? Are you okay? But there's more to it. If you didn't like that, you're not going to like this. I did some deep searching, some deep searching. Did you know that the first group of Jehovah's Witnesses were discovered through a game of knock to run, knock down ginger, or tok toki? At ease, they just got caught. Don't look at me. They went to go knock. As they knocked, the owner caught him. He said, "What's wrong? Where are you going?" They panicked. They said the first thing that came to their mind: have you ever thought about life after death? What do we do here? The owner said no. He's like, "Well, do you mind if we come inside and talk to you about it?" While they were there, they were like, "Can I check if my dad's inside?" Oh man, I enjoy this guy because you fellow ball brothers, make some noise. Yeah, fellow ball brothers. Can you clap for us? We made it through the day without getting sunburned. Can you clap for us, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the problem with me being bald is I also got a big nose, which meant that my nickname while growing up was Snorkel, which is horrible because I didn't know why they called me Snorkel until one day I was in the pool and I was sinking but I could still breathe through my snorkel. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please give it up for your host, Sean Conway.
Let's get the vibe up for the one and only Zack Dyer!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming down. My name's Zack. Thank you. Sweet. Getting laughs just by the fucking look at me, mate. Not bad at all. Fucking not bad at all. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Did anyone here see, right, a few weeks ago, there was a woman in the news who had a worm in her brain? You see that? I'm fucking jealous of that woman. No, it must be nice, hey, because she went to the doctor and her symptoms were she was depressed and she was forgetful. And they had a look at her brain, there was a worm in there, pulled it out, all good. Must be fucking nice, mate. I go to the doctor, say that I'm depressed and forgetful, I'm just fucked in the head. I'm praying for a worm in there, you know. One of my favourite weeks of the year is coming up soon, Bisexual Awareness Week. Anyone here looking forward to Bisexual Awareness Week? No? Was anyone here even aware of Bisexual Awareness Week? You weren't? See, fuck, man. I reckon they need to start doing like Bisexual Awareness Week, you know, because no one ever knows it's on. And I'm trying to get behind it, you know. I reckon it's a great idea. I love the idea of Bisexual Awareness Week. But personally, like, I don't reckon a week's enough. Honestly, I reckon we need to be aware of bisexuals year round. Because they're out there, mate. Be careful. No, you got to watch them. You got to watch those bloody bisexuals, right? No, you do, right? Because they'll do anything to anyone. So on the way home, just watch out. Keep your head on a swivel. You got to know the signs as well, right? Just keep an eye out for like a couple of blokes and most women. Man, I was thinking about this the other day as well, right? I reckon the bar for being called gay has really risen, right? And don't get me wrong, like that's a good thing. Like, we don't use the word gay as an insult as much anymore. As a society, we've progressed past that, and that is good. But fuck, man, that bar has gone up a long way. I'll give you an example, right? A few months ago, I put this earring in, right? I used to wear this earring when I was younger. Right? I realised a few months ago I still had the hole in my ear. I thought, fuck it, I'll put the earring back in. Since I put it back in, no one said a word. Nothing, mate, right? But when I used to wear this earring when I was younger, people would call me gay just for wearing the earring. That's all it took. put the earring in, get called gay. You know, these days you suck a bloke off at a party and you're bi-curious at best. What do you got to do? I saw there's a movie coming out soon. There's a new movie coming out about Hot Wheels cars. Fuck, I'm keen for that, mate. I'm so keen for that. I'm going to go see the Hot Wheels movie for sure, you know. Like, you know, the girls got Barbie, we get fucking Hot Wheels. And I hope it's realistic. Like, I hope the Hot Wheels movie is super realistic. Like, I hope at some point throughout the Hot Wheels movie, right, the cars are racing along the orange track. Remember the orange track? Hot Wheels track? I hope at some point the cars are racing along there, and then out of nowhere the track just gets picked up and wrapped around some kid's ass for not picking up their Hot Wheels cars. You know, you just hear, I could have broke my fucking back. Alright, I'll tell you one more thing, then I'll fuck off, alright? I'm a single man, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm dating at the moment, right? I'm dating. I'm on the horny apps. Back on the dating apps, and I hadn't been on those apps for a few years, right? And a lot has changed in those few years that I was off those apps, right? I was on them a few years ago. Then I was in a loving relationship until I wasn't, and now I'm back on those apps, right? And like I said, a lot has changed. Like a lot more people on those apps now, they're into a thing called ethical non-monogamy. Right? If you don't know what that is, it's also called polyamory, right? If you don't know what that is, that's like when you're in a relationship with someone, right, but you're allowed to have sex with other people, right? As far as I can tell, it's swingers for people with blue hair, you know? And I'm not having a go at you. If that's what you're into, like, it's not for me, but if you're into that, fucking have at it, you know? Get amongst it, let 1,000 blossoms bloom. But it's not for me, right? Like, I don't think I could do it. Like, I was talking to a mate of mine about it the other day who's in a polyamorous relationship, right? And I was asking him about it, and he told me the benefits for him and his partner, right? He said it's good for him and his partner, right? Because his partner, she has a kink where she's into getting tied up with ropes, and she doesn't know how to tie knots. So he just fucking subbies that job out, mate. But I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't think I could be in a polyamorous relationship. You know, I don't even know if I'd be comfortable being like third man in, you know? Like coming off the bench, I don't know if I could even do that. Like, call me old fashioned, but if I'm gonna fuck a bloke's missus, I don't want him to know about it. You know, I'll take my non-monogamy unethical. Thank you very much.
Make some noise, hop in the tune for Gill Cordiner!
How's it going? I'm Scottish! Fuck yes! I sound like Shrek fucked Mrs. Doubtfire. I know that I married an Australian guy we met in Italy, and I said to him, what's it like in Perth, because I'd never been here, and he said, it's like home and away. Just watch Home and Away. We live in Midland, it's fuck all like Home and Away. Can you imagine if Home and Away was set in Midland? Every episode you'd be getting called a dog cunt to the train. Imagine Home and Away in Midland, there's Alf waddling down the Centrelink, and in the distance a lone cyclist, it's Mad Dog He brought me from Edinburgh to Midland. That's a fucking hate crime, isn't it? I'm just back from the Edinburgh Festival. A week before I went, I was packing. It's like the Edinburgh Festival's like our Super Bowl if you're a comedian. Been looking forward to it for years. I've got my suitcase packed, so I'm packing it. You know, you're going on a great holiday, and my husband cycled into a tree and broke his fucking neck. Yeah, what a deck, eh? I wasn't very pleased about it because he's mountain biking and he's 47, he's too fucking old. And I'm packing my suitcase and I got a phone call and it's him in hospital and he went, oh, I've broken my neck. And I says, well, you're a selfish prick, aren't you? I says, I've been planning this trip for fucking years. I'm packing right now. I've rolled up 75 t-shirts and 300 pairs of knickers. I have looked forward. I've paid my accommodation. I've paid my flights. I've been looking forward to this for fucking ages. You're a selfish fucking prick. And he went, you're on speakerphone to the ward. I was like, oh well, fuck that. I went to visit him and the nurse said to me, she said, everything, he's going to be fine, he's in a cervical brace, he has to wear it for 4 months. And he says, but everything's normal, just everything's as normal, you just need to take charge. And then she winked. I was like, what? And she went, you just need to take charge. Wink. I went, if you think I'm hopping on him and fucking him like a joystick, you're fucking mistaken. I'm looking at this as 4 months off, do you know what I mean? So I went to Edinburgh, fuck 'em. I've got children, my children are lovely, but they're also fucking disappointing in a lot of ways. I don't mean in the traditional way, I don't mean like they're thick or anything. Oh well, my son's quite thick actually, but he's got a mullet. Oh. I know, I'm sorry, I apologise to the world. I bred a next generation mullet, And everything he does, plus that mullet, makes me want to fucking stab him, Because he's 16 and he's a wee dick, and plus the mullet, it's like, it's too much, I see him crossing the road and I think, oh fucking hell, that came out here, I ruined my arsehole for that. I'll never wear a G-string because of that. What was I thinking? And he came home from school the other day there and he says, oh mum, he goes, oh, I'm getting bullied at school. And I said to him, to be fair, you fucking deserve it. He's my son, I can say that. My daughter's perfect. I mean, she is. But the other day there, she said something quite cruel to me, quite mean. She said to me, Mum, your hands are old. Yeah, a gasp from all the mums, and I said to her, my hands are old. I said, these are the hands that wiped your bum, that have cooked every meal you've ever eaten, that have brushed your hair, that have wrapped your presents, that have waved you off to school, that have carried you when you were a baby. These are the hands of a hard-working woman. And she said, I said, Mum, your hands are cold. Oh fuck, I've got 30 seconds, I'll tell you quickly about my son. He's a disappointment. He said to me, what he says to me, I'm not going to leave her, Mum, because all it is sex, drugs, and alcohol. And he said, and I'll only be 17, so it'll be illegal, and I'm scared the police will come and give me a fine. I was like, when I was your age, I was shagging at least 3 people a week, snorting coke off their arseholes.
Welcome to the stage, Steve Belowsky!
When you get to my age, you don't give a fuck about anything. For instance, me, now, as it is, it's weed for breakfast, weed for lunch, and weed for dinner. Which means I'm always happy, and I'm always hungry, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. And if you think I'm old, my father, 90 years old on his deathbed, keeps looking up at me out of a coma. He said, son, I've done nothing for you in 90 years. Is there anything I can do for you before I go? I looked down at him and said, yeah. Can you take 3 demerits with you? He's a fucker. But you know what they say, right? Where there's a will, there's a relative. One came up to me the other day out of nowhere. He said, I need a new kidney and I think you're compatible. I said, I'm not giving you a fucking kidney. He says, why not? You've got 2, one on your left and one on your right. I looked him dead in the eye. I said, yeah, right. I've got 2 balls too, but I'm not giving you one of those either. I tell you about myself, I'm a broken down comedian. I don't get out of bed till 2:30 in the afternoon, and I recently ended up in hospital with a hernia. I know. Doctor said that's what happens when you have sex with a vacuum cleaner. I said, listen, Doc, if I'm paying over $1,000 for a vacuum cleaner, I'm fucking it. If I'm paying over $1,000 for anything, I'm fucking it.
And welcome to the stage, Jack Knight!
Yeah, hello. Good to be here. Lately I've been having a bit of a dispute with my local shops. A lot of people assume I got beef with the self-serve. I love the self-serve. I hate the one person who still works in the self-serve. Let the robots do it. But my beef is this, right? Because really, the person in the self-serve, they've only got two jobs, right? Number one, make sure I'm not putting everything through as unwashed spuds, which, fair play to them, if they weren't there, I would. It's incredible what's a spud when no one's looking. Other vegetables, hygiene products, a 1.25 kilogram Breville Jaffa lion. That's a big spud. Well, their other job is, they always ask you how you're going. Here's a hot fucking tip. If I'm coming into a self-serve, I got 2 cans of beans and a loaf of bread. Don't ask me how I'm going. It's not good. The man in the self-serve, he's buying limes in the off-season. Have a chat to him. He's got the money to be happy, you know? And I was at home the other day in the corner eating a can of beans, and can of beans had the audacity to have a serving suggestion on it. Well, improve your can of beans, add an egg or some chorizo. How about you read the fucking room, Heinz? If I had the money for cured meats, I wouldn't be eating out of this tin. I don't, while we're on things I don't like, I don't like horses. I think they're too big and their eyes are too small. Which I understand, coming from me, is pretty hypocritical, but I understand this. 6'1", I got the eyes of a manta ray. There's nothing behind them. No, I don't like them. I think we've been tricked into liking the horse, you know? I think really the only difference between the horse and the cow is that the horse has an incredible marketing team. Their PR team's killing it. Like, I'll put it to you this way, right? I'll explain it like this. You would never buy a bag of shit. But manure... Oh, you buy manure. It's got a little dash above the E. I want it. It's French. Give it to me. No, I don't like them at all. I don't even think they're the reliable form of transport we've been led to believe that they are. You know? I don't like imagine this, right? Imagine if every time your car got a flat tyre, you just had to put a bullet through the engine block. Send the whole Nastra off to the glue factory. It's done. It's alright, not everyone is on board with shooting them. I understand that. I get it, that's fair. Yeah. I was in a cafe the other week, thought I'd have a break from my normal diet of other people's chips, and decided to order the egg. I got posed a real weird question. The clipboard woman said to me, she goes, "How do you take your eggs?" I thought, orally. I don't know how you've been having them, but if anything, this interaction's made me lose faith in the hard-boiled.
Make some noise! And welcome to the stage, Emo Majok!
No, I'm fucking around. I speak English, man. Oh, wow. What a beautiful, diverse-looking room. And by that I mean like 50 Shades of White people. Shit. I feel like I'm on the set of fucking Get Out. Like, how are we doing? Friends? Work colleagues? Huh? Sometimes? Yeah? Or just like older men? What's He's related? That's it? Yo, he's that, okay. Got there eventually, so. Father and son. Fuck, you need to get some friends. Right, you met him? Oh. Why don't you two switch seats and make this a fucking first date? Your dads can talk fucking sports. Fucking, you can get your fingers wet. It's good to be here, man. I'm very happy and excited. This year will be in November. It will be 27 years I've been in Australia. Yes, thank you. We came here under like bad circumstances. Like I was born in a refugee camp. Long before my birth, my family fled from Sudan, and my mom gave birth to me in Ethiopia. And then another war broke out, and they fled from Ethiopia and came to Kenya, and we got sponsored and brought over to Australia legally. And we had like a layover in South Africa. I remember South Africa was like, South Africa was the first time. That was the first time we were ever in like a modern city. Like we're in South Africa and we're bragging to this guy about how much money we had. We're like, we have 25,000 Kenyan shillings to start our new life. And the South African guy's like, my friend, you're not gonna have enough money for food past Thursday. And my family rejoiced. We're like, yeah, Thursday. Because we thought we'd had enough until Monday. Got a vote coming up, vote for a referendum to give the indigenous people a vote. Who's voting yes? Okay, well, fuck the rest of you. They're not asking for much. It's not like they're asking for their country back. They just want a voice. Like, there's been a number of times where the indigenous people have asked for stuff, and people like flat out rejected them. Like I remember a couple decades ago, not even a couple decades ago, about maybe 10 years ago, they started a petition to change Australia Day. It's because they're like, hey, let's change Australia Day from the 26th, because the day we're celebrating right now really brings back bad memories and genocide. And then other people are like, no, we can't change Australia Day from the 26th, because we've always celebrated on the 26th. I also know we used to listen to R. Kelly for our graduations, remember that? We don't do that shit no more. What's your name, buddy? Huh? Droop. And that's your girlfriend right there? Yeah? What's your name, man? Sophie. So, Droop, imagine, on this very day, I'm trying to explain Australia Day to you guys. So imagine on this very day, right? I steal your girlfriend, Sophie. And then, every single year, I invite these motherfuckers to help me celebrate. Would you still show up? But yes, motherfuckers. I love Australia, man. Ever since I got here, like we're one of 20 African families, and there's plenty of Africans now. I always see on the news now that Australia claims to have like an African gang problem. See on the fucking news, right? Channel 10, African gangs. Channel 9, African gangs. I was watching ABC Kids one day. African gangs. It's getting out of hand. Like I was at the airport, I was talking to this guy, his name was Davo. Davo was cool, I like Davo. And I thought Davo liked me too. He's like, Emo, you're pretty cool, man. You're one of the good ones. But before I could say anything, he's like, well, what's going on with these African gangs, mate? I'm like, dude, I'm wearing a fucking cardigan, like. Really? The guy in the cardigan is where you get your gang information from? He said, they're criminal. They're not taking on the Australian way of life. I'm like, I don't know if you know about Australian history, but it's a city built by criminals. I know it was a long time ago, but those 2 pages of history stuck together.